Hi, so for today we are going to talk about mixture problems. So this is still a part of our video about intervention for calculus or algebra. Okay, so for mixture problems, we have the basic equations of the amount of solution multiplied by the concentration of the substance equals the amount of substance. So we will be also having a simple drawing so that we can easily identify what is being asked in the mixture problem. So this is a part of the linear application or linear equation in one variable application. So let's get started. So for example, we have Fatima. Fatima's chemistry lab stocks an 8% acid solution and a 20% acid solution. How many ounces of each must be combined to produce 60 ounces of mixture that is 10% acid? So, for number one, we are being asked of how many 8% acid solution and 20% acid solution must be combined to produce 60 ounces of mixture that is 10% acid. So, in other words, if I'm going to have it, okay, I have an 8% acid, okay, plus I have a 20% acid, it must be mixed, okay? How many ounces of each must be combined? So I'm going to let X as the amount of 8% acid solution. Okay? And I'm going to let Y as the amount of the 20% solution because I don't know the amount. That is what we are trying to get. Okay? So that if I mix this, that would be, the result would be a 60 ounce of a mixture that is 10% acid. Okay? So that's how you try to draw it, okay? Or try to picture the problem. So the problem is being asked in the problem is how many ounce of 8% that is X and how many ounce of 20% that is Y to produce 60 ounce that is 10%. So our formula is amount of solution versus concentration or multiplied by the concentration of the substance. So the amount of the solution multiplied by the concentration. So the concentration is in terms of 8%. So we're going to convert it into decimal. So 0.08 plus the amount of solution, y, we don't know. And then we have 20%, so that's 0.2 equals 60 ounce times 0.1. Okay? So we have two variables. We have x and y. So we definitely need to have another variable or another equation. So if we mix the two, we know that the value of x and the value of y will be added. And if we mix the mixture x plus y, the value or the resulting would be 60 ounce because that is already the combination. 60 ounce. That's the total ounce. Okay? So, of the mixture. So, from there, if we add this to x plus y equals 60. Okay? It's logical because the amount of x plus the amount of y should be equal to the mixture amount, which is 60. So, I'm going to express this in terms of y, 60 minus x. And I'm going to substitute it to the y here so I can get the x. So, you have x going back to the red. So you have x times 0.08 plus y is 60 minus x times 0.2. And there you have 60 times 0.1. Okay, and then solve for x. And we are going to solve for y. So in order for this for this to be easier to solve, okay, we're going to multiply the whole equation by 100. Okay, so we have x times 0.08 plus 60 minus x times 0.2 equals, we have 60 times 0.1. 60 times 0.1 is actually 6. Okay? So, yeah. If I multiply this by 100, both sides, so this becomes x times, this will become 8. Okay? It will move 2 decimals. Plus 60 minus x, applying the times 100 to the decimals. So we have 20 here and this would become 10. Okay? Okay, so we have 1, 2. Okay, so we have 10 here. So again, if we are going to do this, so let me just simplify this. 60 times 0.1 is simply 6. Okay? So if I multiply this by 100, this would be still the same. Okay? 6 times 100. That is still 600. Okay? So we have 8x plus we have 20 times 60. So that is 12. Okay, so we have 1200 minus 20x equals 600. Okay? So combining like terms, so we have 8x minus 20x equals 600 minus 1200. Okay? So you have negative 12x equals, we have negative 600. So dividing both sides by negative 12, you cancel the negative and you have a value of x. So this is technically 5. 60 divided by 12 is 5. So we have another 0, so that would be 50. Okay? So the value of the 8% solution should be 50 ounce. Okay? So how about the 20% solution? So solving for y, we have y equals 60 minus x. So we have 60 ounce minus 50 ounce. So the y should be 10 ounce. Okay, so that we have now the value of the 10 ounce and 50 ounce. So this is 50 ounce of 20%. Okay, so that will be our answer for this number 1 problem. Okay, so we now get the value of the amount of the 8% and the amount of the 20%. Okay? So for problem number 2, I'm going to copy paste this. Okay. So how many pounds of a 15% aluminum alloy must be added to 500 pounds, okay, to 500 pounds of 22% alloy to make 20% alloy? So we're going to apply the same concept as what we have applied a while ago. And we are going to have a rectangle to represent the mixture. So how many pounds of 15%? So that's x. We don't know how many pounds of 15% must be added to the 500 pounds of 22% to make an alloy of 20%. So to make an alloy of 20%. So what is the amount of that 20% alloy? Of course, obviously, if we mix the two, the amount of the x plus 500 would be the amount of this, x plus 500. Alright? So we just add the amount so that it will become x plus 500. So the question is being asked is the value of x. How many pounds of 15%? So we have 0.15 times x plus we have 0.22 times 500. Then we have x plus 500 times 0.2. Okay? So if we multiply this both sides by 100 in order for us to have a much easier calculation, so you have 15 times x, you have 22 times 500, and you have x plus 500 of 2.2 times 100 is 20. So we have 15x plus we have 500 times 22, that's 0, 0, 10, 0, 0, 10. Okay? So we have 0, 0, 10, 0, 0, 10. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1 here. So that would be 11k, 11,000. Okay? And then we have distribute 20 times x plus 20 times 500. Okay? Which means 2 times 5 is 10. So we have 10, then 3 zeros, 10,000. Okay? So for x, so we have 15. I'm going to transpose Okay, 11,000 minus 10,000 equals 20x minus 15x. So 11 minus 10, so that would be 1k, 1,000. So you have 20x minus 15x, that would be 5x. I divide both sides by 5. So you have 200 here, and then this would be x. Okay? And the amount of pounds must be 200 pounds of 15% alloy to make a mixture of 20% alloy with 22% alloy. Okay? So that's how you solve, okay, the value of the amount of pounds. It's much easier if you draw actually the rectangle so that you can have a view of what is happening on the problem. So number 3, how many liters of a 25% solution of a drug must be mixed with the 55% solution of the drug to produce 50 liters of a 46% solution of this drug. So again, we're going to draw how many liters of a 25% solution. So how many liters of a, you don't know the liters, that's X. So you have 25% solution to a drug must be mixed with a 55% solution, okay, with a 55% solution, so that it would produce, I have 55% again here. Okay, and we don't have any value for the 55, so we're going to have y here. And then we have to produce 50 liters of, it says 50 liters of 46% of solution. So just as like the problem that we have encountered in problem number 1, we shall be solving this equation. So we know that for a fact that if we add the amounts of x plus y, that would be equal to simply 50. Okay? So, and if we are going to write the equation, that would be x times 0.25 plus y times 0.55 equals 50 times 0.46. Okay? So, let's try to multiply it by 100 so that it's much easier to solve. So, you have 25 times x plus you have y times 55. And then we have 50 times 46. Okay? So, substitute y from our equation, x plus y equals 50. So, the y would be y equals 50 minus x. Okay, so, you have 25x plus we have 50 minus x times 55 equals 50 times 46. Alright. So, yeah. Let's try it first. So, we have 25x plus 55 times 50. So, you have 50 here, 0, 0. You have 25, 2 here, 25, 27. That would be 2750. So, distribute. That would be 2750 minus 55x. Then, you go 50 times 46. We have 0, 0. You have 0 and then 20. So, 2,000. Okay, so 0 and 0. Oh, sorry. That's not right. Okay, so we have 46 times 50. We have 0 and then we have 30. 6 times 5. So 0 and then we have 20. So we have 0, 0, 3. 2,300. So 2,300. Okay. So combining like terms, we have this. Okay. So we have 2,750 minus 2,300. Okay. Equals 55x minus 25x. So 2,750 minus 23, that would be 450. Okay. So because 2,723 is 400, so 450. You have now 55 minus 25, so we have 30. Okay. 30x. Okay. So divide both sides by, we have 30 here. So our answer would be what? So we have 15 liters because 30 times 15, so 0, 15, 0, 3, 0, 5, 450. So 450 divided by 30 would be 15 equals, this cancels out, we have X. So 15 liters should be the amount of this one. Okay. So for our problem number 3. Okay, for problem number 4, I just need to copy paste this. For problem number 4, we have a hospital laboratory needs a 28% hydrogen chloride solution, but only 15% and 35% HCl solutions are in stock. How much of this 35 solution should be mixed with 100 ounce of fluoride solution of the 15% to get a 28% solution? So let's draw again. So first, they need 28%. Okay, that's the result. Okay, but we only have 15% and 35 HCl solutions. How much of this 35% solution? So you have 35% solution. How much? That is X. Should be mixed with what? Okay, with 100 ounce fluoride solution. Okay, of the 15% solution. All right. So it should be mixed with 100 ounce of 15%. So the result should be what they need, what the problem needs is a 28% hydrogen, okay, chloride solution. Okay, that is what is being mixed, right? So, and we all know that we are given with X here and 100 here. So definitely, the amount of the 28% solution would be X plus 100. Okay. So you have 0.35 times X plus 0.15 times 100. And then we have 0.28x plus 100. Okay. So we can multiply it by 100. So this becomes 35 times x plus this becomes 0.15 times 100 would be 15 times 100 equals 0. Or simply 28. So you have 28 times x plus 100. Okay. So you have 35x plus we have 1,500. Okay, equals 28x, distribute this, plus we have 2,800. Okay, so combine like terms, you have 35x minus 28x equals, we have 2,800 minus 1,500. So you now have 7x here. 2,800 minus 1,500, we have 1,300 here. And the x would be divide both sides by 7. Okay. So you have x equals 1,300 divided by 7. Or in terms of decimal, that is 185.7. Okay. That is in terms of ounce. Okay. So that will be the amount that should be added to produce 28%. Okay. So for our last problem, for this mixture problem, so we have for number 5, the dextrose problem. Okay. So how many liters of 10% dextrose should be mixed with 20 liters of a 15% dextrose solution to obtain 12%? So again, we have how many liters, okay, of 10%, that's what the problem said, should be mixed with, okay, 20 liters of a 15% dextrose solution to obtain Okay, to obtain the desired mixture of 12%. Okay. So we know that would be the amount of would be the amount of the 10% plus amount of 15%. That would be the total amount of the mixture. Okay. So using the equation, we have 0.1 times x plus 0.15 times 20 equals 0.12 times x plus 20. So multiply both sides by 100. So you have 10 times x plus you have 15 times 20. Then you have 12 times x plus 20. Alright. So you have 10x. So 20 times 15. So you have 0, 10. We have 0, 2. So you have 0, 0, 300. Okay. Then you have 12. Distribute 12 times x 20. So you have 12x plus we have 240. 20 times 12. Okay, so yeah, combining like terms. So you have 300 minus 240 equals 12x minus 10x. So this would be 2x and this would be 60. So divide both sides by 2 to obtain the amount that would be 30 equals to x. So this would be 30 liters of 10% solution. Alright? So that will be our answer for the last problem, to produce a 12% dextrose solution. Okay, that's it. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So I hope you learned something about this video. And again, this is Engineer Abat. See you again on the next video.